What if I told you two of QVC's most recognizable faces were also two of its most controversial? What if, behind the friendly smiles and flawless product pitches, there was a wave of fan frustration, whispered drama, and online backlash that QVC never talks about? Because today, we're diving into the story QVC won't tell, the one playing out in Facebook groups, comment sections, and late-night forum rants. This is the story of Jane Treacy and Shawn Killinger, and why so many viewers are asking the same thing. Are they QVC's most disliked hosts ever? Let's start with Jane. Jane Treacy has been a fixture at QVC for decades, over 35 years on air. She's not just a host, she's part of the brand's DNA. Fans remember her in the early years, back when QVC still felt like a novelty, not a shopping empire. Jane was warm, bubbly, that classic girl-next-door energy that made you want to trust her. She didn't just sell, she told stories about her family, her daughters, her love of shoes. It all felt personal, and for a while that worked. But somewhere along the way, that connection began to crack. Over the last few years, the tone around Jane on fan forums has shifted, and not in a good way. One viewer posted, "Jane used to be relatable, now she just talks over everyone." Another added, "I can't watch her anymore. She's too much, too loud, too fake." It's not just that she changed, it's that viewers feel like they no longer recognize the host they once welcomed into their homes. And then there's Shawn. Shawn Killinger joined QVC in 2007 with a completely different energy. She was modern, quirky, edgy in a way that stood out from the more traditional hosts. She wore leather jackets, dropped pop culture references, and made it clear she wasn't going to do things the old school way. At first, some viewers loved her for that. She felt fresh, different. But just like with Jane, admiration turned into aggravation. Fan forums are filled with heated threads about Shawn. Some say she's arrogant, others say she's dismissive, and many point to one trait that drives them crazy: the way she interrupts. One comment reads, "Shawn doesn't let anyone finish a sentence. It's the Shawn Show 24/7. Another says, "She treats guests like props. It's uncomfortable to watch." So, what happened? How did two of QVC's most high-profile hosts end up being the most polarizing? Let's break it down. First, the on-air dynamic. Jane and Shawn have been paired together more and more in recent years, especially during primetime events and fashion shows. And for a network that prides itself on smooth presentations, their chemistry has become, well, let's just say it's unpredictable. Some fans call it chaotic, others call it uncomfortable. A typical viewer comment, "They talk over each other constantly. I can't even hear the product details." Another, "It's like a competition. Who can out-talk the other?" There's even a name floating around fan forums, the Shane Train, a mashup of Shawn and Jane used sarcastically to describe their joint shows. But the complaints aren't just about talking too much. Viewers also point to their tone, especially when it comes to customer interactions. Jane has been accused of being too sentimental, of steering conversations into emotional territory that feels forced. Shawn, on the other hand, has been called cold, aloof, even dismissive. One viral moment that fans still bring up, a segment where Shawn corrected a guest mid-sentence and rolled her eyes. It happened in seconds, but the backlash was immediate. Viewers said it felt disrespectful, unnecessary, and worst of all, unprofessional. Then there's the issue of favoritism. Some longtime QVC fans feel that Jane and Shawn get preferential treatment, more airtime, better product launches, and higher profile shows. One post reads, "They're clearly the favorites. It's obvious, but just because you're on more doesn't mean you're better." Another adds, "There are so many talented hosts, and yet Jane and Shawn are everywhere." And that overexposure, it's feeding the backlash. People who once enjoyed them are burned out. One viewer commented, "I used to love Jane, now I dread seeing her name in the schedule." Another, "Shawn was a breath of fresh air once. Now she just feels exhausting." Some fans even note how their styles have started to blur together. Jane has become more performative, Shawn more rehearsed, and somewhere along the way, the authenticity people loved in both of them got lost. It's almost like the more airtime they get, the more exaggerated their personas become. They've turned into caricatures of their former selves, constantly one-upping their own quirks just to keep viewers engaged. But it's not just the viewers noticing the tension, you can see it on air. There are moments when Jane seems frustrated with Shawn's interruptions, or when Shawn gives Jane a side-eye during one of her long-winded personal stories. These aren't huge blow-ups, but they're subtle, and fans are picking up on them. One user posted, "Their body language says it all, they don't vibe." Another, "It's like watching a passive-aggressive tennis match." And yet, QVC keeps pairing them together. Why? Simple. Ratings. Whether fans love them or hate them, they're watching. The controversy drives conversation. Conversation drives views. And views drive sales. In a strange way, the backlash might be fueling the duo's success. One fan even said, "I hate how much I hate watch their shows." Another joked, "It's like reality TV, but with handbags." And let's be real, in today's media landscape, that kind of attention is currency. But not everyone is on the hate train. There are still loyal fans who defend Jane and Shawn. Some say Jane's energy is comforting, that she's just enthusiastic, not overbearing. One viewer wrote, "Jane reminds me of my mom. She talks a lot, but it's from the heart." Others say Shawn's sarcasm is refreshing, that she's being real in a world of scripted smiles. One fan commented, "Shawn's not rude, she's just honest, and I'd rather have that than fake politeness." And there's truth in that. QVC has evolved. The audience has evolved. Maybe Jane and Shawn are simply products of that change, adapting to a format that now rewards strong personalities over soft-spoken charm. It's a tale of two hosts, each loved and loathed for the exact same reasons. Jane is warm to some, overbearing to others. Shawn is edgy to some, arrogant to others. And QVC, they're not addressing any of it. No public statements, no acknowledgement of the fan chatter, just more airtime for both hosts. So what does that tell us? Maybe QVC knows exactly what it's doing. Maybe the network has realized that controversy sells, and that even negative buzz is better than no buzz at all. But here's the thing. For a network built on trust, on the idea that hosts are part of your family, that kind of strategy has risks, because once that trust erodes, it's hard to rebuild. One viewer put it best, "I don't watch for drama. I watch to relax, and Jane and Shawn make that impossible." Another added, "If QVC wants to keep loyal viewers, they need to start listening." And maybe that's the real issue. It's not just about Jane or Shawn. It's about the shift in tone, from connection to chaos, from calm product showcases to on-air tension and internet backlash. It's about viewers feeling like their feedback doesn't matter, that no one's listening, that they're shouting into a void while QVC doubles down on hosts who generate drama, even if it's bad drama. So what now? Will QVC course correct? Will they address the controversy? Or will they keep giving airtime to the duo fans love to hate? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, Jane and Shawn aren't going anywhere, because for all the complaints, they're still two of QVC's biggest names. Still anchoring prime time, still trending on forums, still stirring up emotions. Good, bad, and everything in between. And whether you love them or loathe them, they've become symbols of something bigger. The tension between tradition and change, between comfort and chaos, between what QVC was and what it's becoming. So, are Jane Treacy and Shawn Killinger really QVC's most disliked hosts ever? Maybe. Or maybe they're just the most talked about. And in this business, that might be even better. If you've ever watched Jane and Shawn together, we want to hear from you. Do you love their chemistry or avoid their shows? Do they make you laugh or make you cringe? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more behind-the-scenes stories from your favorite QVC stars, the ones you adore and the ones you love to debate. Until next time, stay curious, stay honest, and remember, just because it's on TV doesn't mean it's the whole story.